center of the valley, where the Rio Negro joins the Amazon, lies the city of Manaus. More than 100,000 people live here. It's a modern river harbor deep in the jungle. Through Manaus passes much of the jungle's trade, and the trade of the outside world comes to the jungle through Manaus. Melons, crude rubber, and some jungle-grown bananas. Serves as a loading point of jungle and farm products. The trade of farm products and import goods is handled by trading companies at Manaus. These control the network of trading posts throughout the whole valley. The streets and business houses still mirror the era a half-century ago when Manaus was the rubber capital of the world. The Amazon Theater is a monument of the old days when the rubber boom was bringing dazzling wealth to the city and the valley. Not far from these monuments of wealth, a boat city spreads all along the waterfront. This is where the fishermen and the small boat owners live, close to the river which gives them their livelihood, always ready to set out on a trip up or down the river. From Manaus, ocean-going ships carry the trade of the jungle to the ocean ports. As it nears the ocean, the Amazon widens and spreads out into a large delta. On some of the islands, the jungle has been cleared for pasture. River island of Marajo. Here, several great cattle ranches produce beef for the valley's own markets. From island corrals, the cattle are loaded into cattle boats for packing houses in the larger river towns. As the river comes closer to the ocean, the number of industrial settlements increases. Mining towns, oil refineries, and rubber research centers.
Miles up the Amazon, near the junction with one of its tributaries, is the city of Manaus, a principal shipping port for the whole vast region. Many ocean-going vessels come to Manaus. The city can only be reached by river. No roads lead away from Manaus in any direction. The city was a frontier trading post until a little more than 50 years ago, when the sudden demand for rubber brought great prosperity to the region. Profits from rubber soon made the frontier village into a busy, attractive city. Then, in less than 25 years, the prosperity of Manaus died away because rubber grown on plantations in Malaya and the Dutch East Indies could be produced more cheaply than wild rubber from the Amazon jungles. In spite of this, Manaus is still a busy port. It is the center of an enormous region, the place where the products of the Amazon basin are collected and shipped away in exchange for the products of other lands. In addition to balls of rubber, tropical woods, nuts, jute, and cacao are exported, as well as less familiar forest products, such as the fiber of jungle vines used for making rope and brooms. Overhead cables carry freight to and from the ships which are moored to floating docks in the river. Stationary piers cannot be used because the level of the river rises and falls nearly 50 feet between the dry and the wet seasons. Below Manaus, the Amazon, growing wider all the time, flows almost 1,000 miles to the Atlantic Ocean. The people who live along the banks of this great South American river face many hardships. Their soil is poor, there are many difficulties in transportation, and the climate is unhealthy throughout the vast tropical lowland of northern Brazil.